Hello and welcome to our channel English Avenue. There comes a time in life when you get tired. Not because you are lazy, not because you are weak, but because you have been trying to control everything for too long. You try to control the future. You try to control people. You try to control results. You try to control timing. You try to control how life should happen. You keep planning, thinking, forcing, pushing, and worrying. But still, life does not always move the way you want. And this is where many people lose their peace. They think, if I control more, maybe I will feel safe. But the truth is different. The more you try to control everything, the more anxious you become. Because life is bigger than your plan. People have their own choices. Time has its own rhythm. Some doors open late. Some doors close for protection. Some answers come slowly. Some blessings come after silence. And some things only make sense after you stop fighting against them. Letting go of control does not mean you stop caring. It does not mean you stop working. It does not mean you become careless. It means you learn the difference between what is yours to handle and what is not yours to carry. Your effort is yours. Your attitude is yours. Your discipline is yours. Your faith is yours. Your response is yours. Your character is yours. But every result is not fully yours. Every person's opinion is not yours. Every situation is not yours. Every delay is not yours. Every future moment is not yours. When you understand this, you stop wasting your life fighting battles that were never fully in your hands. You start breathing again. You start trusting again. You start living with more peace. Many people think surrender means weakness, but real surrender is strength. It takes strength to say, I will do my part, but I will not destroy myself trying to control what I cannot control. It takes wisdom to stop forcing what is not flowing. It takes courage to release what keeps breaking your peace. And it takes faith to stand still when your mind wants to panic. This topic is powerful because it teaches one of the deepest lessons in life. You cannot control everything, but you can become peaceful, wise, strong, and faithful in the middle of everything. That is the real power of letting go. Chapter 1. Why forcing life never works. Forcing life never works because life is not a machine. You cannot press one button and get the exact result you want every time. Life has people, timing, emotions, lessons, delays, surprises, and seasons. Sometimes you do everything right, but the result still comes late. Sometimes you try your best, but people still misunderstand you. Sometimes you make a perfect plan, but life changes the direction. Sometimes you pray, hope, work, and wait, but the answer does not come immediately. This is why forcing life becomes painful. Because forcing means you are trying to control something that may not be ready. You are trying to open a door before it's time. You are trying to keep people who are not meant to stay. You are trying to rush a season that is teaching you patience. You are trying to make life follow your timing, even when life is preparing something different. And when life does not obey your plan, you become frustrated. You ask, why is this not happening? Why are they not changing? Why am I still waiting? Why is this so hard? But sometimes the problem is not that life is against you. Sometimes the problem is that you are forcing what needs time. A seed does not become a tree because you shout at it. A flower does not bloom because you pull it open. A river does not flow faster because you become angry. Growth has timing. Healing has timing. Success has timing. Relationships have timing. Blessings have timing. And if you force something before its time, you may damage what was meant to grow naturally. Many people force relationships. They keep begging. They keep explaining. They keep chasing. They keep trying to make someone love them, respect them, understand them, or stay with them. But forced love is not peace. Forced respect is not real respect. Forced attention is not real connection. If someone only stays because you keep holding them tightly, your heart will never feel safe. You will always be afraid. Afraid they will leave. Afraid they will change. Afraid they will stop caring. And that fear becomes a prison. Some people force success. They want everything quickly. They want results without process. They want the top without the training. They want the reward without the waiting. But real success is not built by panic. It is built by consistency. It is built by patience. It is built by learning. It is built by discipline. It is built by doing the right thing again and again, even when results are slow. When you force success, you become desperate. You compare yourself with others. You hate your own journey. You feel behind. You stop enjoying small progress. You become angry at your own life. But when you stop forcing and start building, your energy changes. You begin to understand that slow progress is not failure. Waiting is not punishment. Delay is not denial. And silence does not always mean nothing is happening. Sometimes life is working quietly. Sometimes your character is being built. Sometimes your mind is being prepared. Sometimes your heart is being healed. Sometimes you are being protected from something you wanted but did not truly need. This is why forcing life never works. Because forcing comes from fear. You fear losing. You fear waiting. You fear being rejected. You fear being forgotten. You fear not getting what you want. So you try to control everything. But fear is a weak foundation. Anything built on fear becomes heavy. You may get what you wanted, but you may lose your peace while getting it. And what is the use of getting everything if your soul is tired? Real wisdom says, I will do my best, but I will not force what is not in my hands. This is not giving up. This is maturity. You still work. You still pray. You still plan. You still improve. You still take action. But you stop trying to control every detail. You stop fighting every delay. You stop blaming yourself for every closed door. You stop chasing what keeps running away from you. You stop asking life to move exactly according to your fear. When you stop forcing, you begin to see clearly. You understand what deserves your energy and what does not. You understand who values you and who only drains you. You understand which door is opening and which door is closing for your protection. You understand that peace is also a sign. If something constantly destroys your peace, maybe it is not meant to be controlled. Maybe it is meant to be released. Forcing life never works because life is not meant to be squeezed. Life is meant to be lived with effort, faith, patience, and wisdom. Do your part. Give your best. Be honest. Be disciplined. Be patient. But do not break your heart trying to force what God, time, or life is asking you to release. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is stop forcing and start trusting. Chapter 2. The Hidden Power of Letting Go. Letting go looks simple, but it is one of the hardest things to do. Because letting go feels like losing control. It feels like you are losing something important. It feels like you are stepping into the unknown. It feels like you are saying goodbye to the plan you wanted. But hidden inside letting go, there is a deep power. The power of peace. The power of clarity. The power of freedom. The power of trust. the power to stop fighting what you cannot change. Many people misunderstand letting go. They think letting go means, I do not care anymore. But real letting go does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what is not yours. You can care about your future without living in fear every day. You can care about someone without forcing them to choose you. You can care about your goals without hating your current season. You can care about success without losing your peace in the process. Letting go means you release the tight grip. You stop holding life with fear. You stop saying, everything must happen my way, at my time, exactly as I imagined. Instead, you say, I will do my part, and I will trust the process. This is where power begins. Because when your hands are too full of control, they cannot receive peace. When your mind is full of overthinking, it cannot hear wisdom. When your heart is full of fear, it cannot feel trust. Letting go creates space. Space to breathe. Space to think. Space to heal. Space to grow. Space for new things to enter your life. Sometimes you are holding something so tightly that you do not realize it is hurting you. You are holding an old relationship, an old mistake, an old dream that no longer fits, an old version of yourself, an old pain, an old fear, an old plan. And because your hands are full of the old, you have no space for the new. Letting go is powerful because it makes room for what is next. It does not always change the situation immediately, but it changes you. You stop reacting from panic. You stop making decisions from fear. You stop begging for things that should come with peace. You stop trying to prove your worth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop wasting your energy on things that only pull you backward. That is freedom. Letting go also gives you clarity. When you are trying to control everything, your mind becomes noisy. You cannot see clearly because fear is speaking too loudly. But when you let go, your mind becomes calmer. And a calm mind can understand what a fearful mind cannot. A calm mind can say, this is not good for me. A calm mind can say, I have done enough. A calm mind can say, this door is closing, and maybe it is protection. A calm mind can say, I need to move forward. This is why letting go is not weakness. It is wisdom. It means you know when to stop pushing. It means you know when to stop explaining. It means you know when to stop chasing. It means you know when to stop worrying. It means you know when to stop fighting a battle that is only destroying your peace. Letting go is also an act of faith. Faith says, even if I do not understand everything, I believe life is still moving. Faith says, even if this door closes, another door can open. Faith says, even if I lose this plan, I will not lose myself. Faith says, even if I cannot see the full road, I can still take the next step. This kind of faith gives strength, not loud strength, quiet strength. The strength to sleep peacefully. The strength to keep going without forcing. The strength to accept what happened and still believe in what can happen. The strength to stand still when your mind wants to run in fear. And the deepest power of letting go is this. You return to yourself. You stop giving all your power to people, results, timing, and situations. You remember that your peace is valuable. You remember that your life is not finished because one thing did not work. You remember that you can begin again. You remember that you can still grow. You remember that you are not powerless. Because letting go does not remove your power. It gives your power back to you. You stop trying to control a whole world, and you start controlling what truly belongs to you. Your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, your habits, your faith, your words, your next step. That is where real power lives. Not in controlling everything, but in mastering yourself. So if something is breaking your peace again and again, maybe the lesson is not to hold tighter. Maybe the lesson is to release. If a person keeps showing you they do not value you, maybe the answer is not to beg harder. Maybe the answer is to step back. If a dream is taking longer than expected, maybe the answer is not to panic. Maybe the answer is to continue with patience. If life is not moving according to your plan, maybe the answer is not to force. Maybe the answer is to trust. Let go of what you cannot control. Hold on to what you can build. Let go of fear. Hold on to faith. Let go of overthinking. Hold on to peace. Let go of forcing. Hold on to your next right step. Because sometimes the life you are trying to force is smaller than the life that is trying to unfold. And sometimes the peace you are searching for begins the moment you finally release what your soul is tired of carrying. Chapter 3. Aligning with the flow of life. Aligning with the flow of life means you stop fighting every season. It means you stop arguing with every delay. It means you stop forcing every door to open. It means you learn to move with wisdom instead of moving with panic. Many people hear the word flow and think it means doing nothing. But that is not true. Flow does not mean laziness. Flow does not mean weakness. Flow does not mean you stop trying. Flow means you understand the rhythm of life. You still take action. You still work. You still learn. You still grow. But you stop trying to control every detail. Think about a river. A river does not force its way in a straight line. It moves around rocks, it bends, it turns, it slows down, it becomes fast again. But it keeps moving. That is flow. Flow is not about stopping. Flow is about moving without unnecessary resistance. Many people suffer because they want life to happen only one way. They want one person, one plan, one timing, one result, one door, one path. And when life does not happen that way, they feel like everything is going wrong. But sometimes life is not rejecting you. Sometimes life is redirecting you. Sometimes a closed door is not punishment. It is protection. Sometimes a delay is not failure. It is preparation. Sometimes losing something is not the end. It is space for something better. Aligning with the flow of life means you begin to trust that every season has a purpose. There is a season to build, a season to wait, a season to learn, a season to heal, a season to let go, a season to begin again. You cannot force every season to become a harvest season. A farmer understands this. He plants the seed, he waters the seed, he protects the seed. But he cannot shout at the seed and demand fruit tomorrow. He must respect the process. In the same way, you must respect the process of your own life. Your growth has a process. Your healing has a process. Your success has a process. Your confidence has a process. Even your English learning has a process. You cannot become fluent in one day. You cannot master everything in 1 week. You listen. You repeat. You make mistakes. You correct yourself. You practice again. Slowly, your confidence grows. That is flow. You are not forcing fluency. You are building it with patience. The flow of life teaches you to ask better questions. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of asking, "Why is this taking so long?" Ask, "How can I grow while I wait?" Instead of asking, "Why did this door close?" Ask, "What direction is life showing me now?" These questions change your energy. They move you from victim thinking to wise thinking. They move you from panic to peace. They move you from resistance to understanding. Aligning with life also means you listen to signs. Not every difficult thing is a sign to quit. Sometimes difficulty is part of growth. But constant destruction of your peace may be a sign. Constant disrespect may be a sign. Constant confusion may be a sign. Constant forcing may be a sign. If something needs you to lose yourself completely just to keep it, maybe it is not alignment. Maybe it is attachment. Alignment feels different. It may still be hard, but it does not destroy your soul. It may challenge you, but it also grows you. It may require discipline, but it does not require self-betrayal. When you are aligned with the flow of life, you do not need to chase everything. You do not need to prove yourself to everyone. You do not need to control every opinion. You do not need to panic because one plan changed. You learn to say, "This changed, but I can still move forward." You learn to say, "This door closed, but my life is not over." You learn to say, "This delay is uncomfortable, but I can still grow here." You learn to say, "I do not understand everything, but I can take the next right step." That is maturity. That is peace. That is strength. Flow also teaches you timing. Some things are not ready. Some people are not ready. Some doors are not ready. And sometimes you are not ready. This is not an insult. It is preparation. Sometimes you pray for a bigger life, but your habits are not ready. You ask for success, but your discipline is not ready. You ask for love, but your self-respect is not ready. You ask for opportunity, but your skill is not ready. So life makes you wait, not to punish you, but to prepare you. Waiting can build patience. Waiting can build discipline. Waiting can build character. Waiting can build wisdom. Waiting can teach you how to trust without seeing everything. So do not hate your waiting season. Use it. Learn in it. Grow in it. Heal in it. Practice in it. Become stronger in it. Because when the right door opens, you must be ready to walk through it with confidence. Aligning with the flow of life means you stop living only by force and start living by awareness. You become aware of what is working. You become aware of what is draining you. You become aware of where peace is present. You become aware of where wisdom is leading you. You become aware of what life is asking you to release. You become aware of what life is asking you to build. And slowly, you understand this truth. Life becomes lighter when you stop fighting what you cannot change and start working with what is in front of you. You do not need to control the whole road. You only need to take the next right step, the next honest step, the next peaceful step, the next wise step. That is how you move with the flow of life. Not by giving up, but by trusting, learning, adjusting, and continuing. Chapter 4. Stop seeking. One of the deepest reasons people feel tired is because they are always seeking. Seeking approval. Seeking attention. Seeking answers. Seeking validation. Seeking certainty. Seeking love from the wrong places. Seeking a perfect future. Seeking one sign that everything will be okay. They keep searching outside themselves for something that can only be built inside. They think, if people approve of me, I will feel enough. If this person loves me, I will feel complete. If I get this success, I will finally be peaceful. If I know exactly what will happen, I will stop worrying. But life does not work like that, because the more you seek peace from outside things, the more your peace becomes controlled by outside things. If people praise you, you feel high. If people ignore you, you feel low. If results come fast, you feel hopeful. If results are slow, you feel broken. If someone replies, you feel valuable. If someone does not reply, you feel rejected. This is a painful way to live, because your inner world becomes controlled by things you cannot fully control. Stop seeking does not mean stop growing. It does not mean stop loving. It does not mean stop dreaming. It does not mean stop working for a better life. It means stop searching for your worth in unstable places. Your worth cannot depend on attention. Your peace cannot depend on perfect timing. Your identity cannot depend on people's opinions. Your confidence cannot depend on never making mistakes. Your happiness cannot depend on controlling every result. When you stop seeking, you come back to yourself. You stop asking, who will choose me? And you start asking, am I choosing myself in the right way? You stop asking, why do they not see my value? And you start asking, do I see my own value? You stop asking, when will life become perfect? And you start asking, how can I become peaceful even while life is imperfect? This is a powerful shift, because seeking keeps you restless, but awareness brings you home. Many people seek because they are afraid of silence. When life becomes quiet, they feel uncomfortable. So they fill the silence with scrolling, overthinking, talking, chasing, comparing, and worrying. But sometimes silence is not empty. Sometimes silence is a classroom. Silence can show you what you are avoiding. Silence can show you what you truly feel. Silence can show you where you are still wounded. Silence can show you what you need to release. If you always run from silence, you may never hear your own soul. You may never hear God's direction. You may never hear wisdom. You may never hear the truth that your busy mind keeps hiding. Stop seeking means stop running everywhere for answers and learn to become still. Stillness is not laziness. Stillness is spiritual strength. Stillness is mental clarity. Stillness is emotional discipline. Stillness says, I do not need to chase every thought. I do not need to react to every fear. I do not need to control every situation. I can be calm and still keep faith. When you stop seeking, you stop begging life for proof every day. You no longer need everything to happen immediately to believe that something good can still happen. You no longer need every person to understand you to know that your path matters. You no longer need every answer today to keep moving with peace. You begin to live from trust. This is especially important when you are building yourself. If you are learning English, stop seeking perfection before you practice. Do not seek perfect grammar before you speak. Do not seek perfect confidence before you start. Do not seek approval from everyone before you try. Start where you are. Speak with the words you know. Practice with patience. Make mistakes and keep improving. A person who always seeks perfection never starts, but a person who accepts the process grows every day. Stop seeking also means stop comparing. Comparison is a silent thief. It steals your joy. It steals your patience. It steals your focus. You look at someone else's success and forget your own progress. You look at someone else's fluency and insult your own beginner level. You look at someone else's lifestyle and feel your own life is small, but you do not know their full story. You see their result. You do not see their process. You see their smile. You do not see their struggle. You see their harvest. You do not see their waiting season. So stop seeking your identity in comparison. Your path is yours. Your timing is yours. Your lessons are yours. Your growth is yours. When you stop seeking outside validation, your energy returns. You can use that energy to build your mind, to improve your habits, to practice your skills, to pray, to learn, to create, to heal, to become better. Seeking drains you. Building strengthens you. So stop seeking what makes you restless. Stop seeking people who only confuse you. Stop seeking approval from those who never support you. Stop seeking certainty before you take action. Stop seeking perfection before you begin. Stop seeking your worth in temporary things. Come back to peace. Come back to faith. Come back to your next step. Come back to the present moment. Because sometimes, what you are seeking is not found by chasing harder. Sometimes, it is found by becoming still. Sometimes the answer comes when you stop running. Sometimes, peace comes when you stop forcing. Sometimes, clarity comes when you stop begging life to explain everything immediately. And sometimes, the greatest thing you can do is stop seeking everywhere and start trusting deeply. Trust the process. Trust the lesson. Trust the timing. Trust the God who sees what you cannot see. And trust that even without all the answers, you can still move forward. Chapter 5. The Power of Surrender. Surrender is one of the most misunderstood words in life. Many people think surrender means weakness. They think surrender means losing. They think surrender means giving up on dreams, goals, effort, and hope. But real surrender is not weakness. Real surrender is wisdom. Real surrender means you stop fighting what is not in your control. It means you stop carrying what is too heavy for your heart. It means you stop forcing life to follow your exact plan. It means you do your part with honesty, and then you release the result with faith. Surrender does not mean, I will do nothing. Surrender means, I will do what I can, but I will not destroy my peace over what I cannot control. That is powerful, because many people are not tired because they are doing too much work. They are tired because they are trying to carry too much control. They carry tomorrow. They carry people's opinions. They carry fear. They carry timing. They carry results. They carry questions that have no answers yet. They carry situations that only God, time, and life can solve. And slowly, their soul becomes heavy. This is why surrender is important. Surrender gives your soul space to breathe. It teaches you to release the weight that was never meant to stay on your shoulders. Think about this deeply. You can plant the seed. You can water the seed. You can protect the seed. But you cannot force the seed to grow overnight. You can practice English every day. You can listen, speak, read, repeat, and improve. But you cannot force fluency to come in one day. You can love someone honestly. You can respect them. You can communicate clearly. But you cannot force them to value you. You can work hard for success. You can build your skills. You can stay disciplined. But you cannot control every result, every opportunity, and every person's decision. This is where surrender becomes power. It teaches you the difference between responsibility and control. Responsibility says, I will do my best. Control says, everything must happen exactly my way. Responsibility brings growth. Control brings anxiety. Responsibility gives direction. Control creates pressure. Responsibility makes you strong. Control makes you restless. Surrender helps you live with responsibility, not anxiety. It helps you work without panic, love without begging, wait without losing yourself, hope without forcing, pray without fear, move forward without needing every answer today. That is real strength. Sometimes surrender means accepting that the door is closed. You may not understand why. You may feel disappointed. You may feel confused. You may ask, why did this happen? But surrender says, if this door is closed, I will not keep breaking myself against it. Maybe the door closed because it was not right for you. Maybe the timing was not ready. Maybe there is something better ahead. Maybe you were being protected from something you could not see. Surrender does not always give you immediate answers, but it gives you peace while you wait for understanding. Sometimes surrender means releasing a person, not because you hate them, not because you never cared, but because holding on is destroying your peace. You cannot force people to love you correctly. You cannot force people to respect you deeply. You cannot force people to see your value. If someone chooses to walk away, surrender says, I will not lose myself trying to keep someone who does not want to stay. That is not pride. That is self-respect. Sometimes surrender means releasing your old version, the version of you that always needed control, the version of you that overthought everything, the version of you that chased approval, the version of you that feared every delay, the version of you that believed life must happen perfectly before you could feel peaceful. Surrender says, I am ready to grow into someone calmer, wiser, and stronger. Surrender is also deeply connected to faith. Faith does not mean you know everything. Faith means you trust even when you do not know everything. Faith means you can say, I cannot see the full road, but I can still take the next step. Faith means you can say, I do not understand this season, but I believe it can still teach me. Faith means you can say, I lost something, but I have not lost my future. Faith means you can say, I am waiting, but I am not hopeless. This kind of faith makes you powerful from inside, because panic needs full control, but faith can stand even without full control. Panic says, what if everything goes wrong? Faith says, even if things change, I will still be guided. Panic says, I need the answer now. Faith says, the answer will come at the right time. Panic says, I cannot handle this. Faith says, I can take one step at a time. This is the power of surrender. It does not remove every problem. It changes how you carry the problem. It does not make life perfect. It makes your heart steadier. It does not make every road easy. It gives you strength to walk the road with peace. So surrender the things that are stealing your peace. Surrender the need to know everything. Surrender the need to control everyone. Surrender the fear of delay. Surrender the fear of rejection. Surrender the pressure to be perfect. Surrender the old pain that keeps repeating inside your mind. Surrender the question, why is my life not happening exactly the way I planned? And replace it with a better question. What can I learn here? What can I build here? How can I grow here? What is my next right step? Because surrender does not stop your journey. Surrender clears your journey. It removes the heavy burden of forcing. It gives you space to move with peace. It helps you understand that your job is not to control the whole story. Your job is to be faithful in this chapter. Do your part. Speak with honesty. Work with discipline. Pray with trust. Practice with patience. Heal with kindness. Let go with courage. And believe that what is meant for you will not require you to destroy yourself to receive it. That is surrender, not weakness, not giving up, not laziness. Surrender is the quiet power of a person who says, I will give my best, but I will not lose my soul trying to control the rest. Chapter 6. The Whatever Mindset. The whatever mindset does not mean you do not care about life. It does not mean you become lazy. It does not mean you stop dreaming. It does not mean you stop working hard. The whatever mindset means you stop allowing every small thing to control your peace. It means you stop reacting to everything. It means you stop giving too much power to people, opinions, problems, delays, and disappointments. It means you learn to say, whatever happens, I will stay steady. Whatever people say, I will not lose myself. Whatever changes, I will adjust and keep moving. Whatever comes, I will face it with faith. This mindset is powerful because most people lose peace over things they cannot control. One person ignores them, and their whole day is ruined. One negative comment comes, and their confidence breaks. One plan changes, and they feel everything is finished. One mistake happens, and they start insulting themselves. One delay comes, and they think life is against them. This is a very painful way to live. Because when every outside thing controls your mood, you are not free. You become like a leaf in the wind. If people praise you, you feel good. If people criticize you, you feel broken. If life goes your way, you feel peaceful. If life changes direction, you panic. The whatever mindset gives your power back to you. It teaches you not to be controlled by every situation. It teaches you to stay calm without becoming careless. It teaches you to care deeply, but not panic quickly. It teaches you to work hard, but not worship the result. It teaches you to love people, but not beg for their approval. It teaches you to dream big, but not lose yourself when life moves slowly. The whatever mindset says, I wanted this result, but if it does not happen today, I will still continue. I wanted this person to understand me, but if they do not, I will not destroy my peace. I wanted this plan to work, but if it changes, I will find another way. I made a mistake, but I will learn and keep moving. This is not weakness. This is emotional strength. Because real strength is not controlling everything outside you. Real strength is controlling what happens inside you. The whatever mindset is not negative. It is peaceful. It does not say, nothing matters. It says, my peace matters more than my need to control everything. It does not say, I will not try. It says, I will try, but I will not break if the result is different. It does not say, I do not care about people. It says, I care, but I will not beg. It does not say, I have no dreams. It says, I have dreams, but I will not hate my life while I am waiting. This mindset is very useful in daily life. If someone judges you, say, whatever, I know my heart, I know my journey, I will keep growing. If someone leaves, say, whatever, I will heal, I will learn, I will not lose myself. If your plan fails, say, whatever, I will try again with more wisdom. If you make a mistake while speaking English, say, whatever, mistakes are part of learning, I will speak again. This simple word can protect your peace, but you must understand it correctly. Whatever should not become an excuse for laziness. It should become a tool for freedom. Do not say, whatever, and stop improving. Say, whatever, and stop overthinking. Do not say, whatever, and avoid responsibility. Say, whatever, and release unnecessary pressure. Do not say, whatever, and become careless. Say, whatever, and become calmer. A healthy whatever mindset means this. I will do my part, but I will not let fear control me. I will take action, but I will not chase perfection. I will care, but I will not carry everything. I will plan, But I will also accept changes. I will move forward, even if life does not happen exactly my way. This mindset helps you become mentally strong. You stop giving your peace to temporary situations. You stop giving your confidence to other people's opinions. You stop giving your future to one failed moment. You stop giving your identity to one mistake. You become stable. You become calm. You become difficult to break. Not because life becomes easy, but because you stop allowing everything to shake your foundation. The whatever mindset is also powerful because it kills overthinking. Overthinking says, what if this goes wrong? Whatever says, if it goes wrong, I will handle it. Overthinking says, what if they do not like me? Whatever says, I am not here to be accepted by everyone. Overthinking says, what if I fail? Whatever says, then I will learn and try again. Overthinking says, what if I am not perfect? Whatever says, I do not need to be perfect to begin. This is freedom, because many times, fear becomes bigger in the mind than in real life. You suffer more in imagination than in reality. You create problems before they happen. You fight battles inside your head that life never asked you to fight. The whatever mindset helps you come back to the present. It says, I will not live inside fear. I will not give tomorrow the power to destroy today. I will not allow one thought to steal my peace. I will not allow one person to define my worth. For English learners, this mindset can change everything. Many learners are afraid to speak because they think, what if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? What if my pronunciation is wrong? What if I forget words? But the whatever mindset says, whatever, I am learning. Whatever, mistakes will help me improve. Whatever, I will speak slowly. Whatever, I will practice again tomorrow. This is how confidence grows. Not by waiting until fear disappears, but by speaking even when fear is present. Not by being perfect, but by continuing after mistakes. The whatever mindset gives you courage to live lighter. You stop taking everything personally. You stop reacting to every small problem. You stop carrying every comment in your heart. You stop needing life to be perfect before you feel peaceful. You begin to understand that peace is a choice you practice, not once, every day. When things go right, stay humble. When things go wrong, stay steady. When people support you, be grateful. When people misunderstand you, stay calm. When doors open, walk with wisdom. When doors close, trust the process. That is the whatever mindset. It is not careless. It is courageous. It is not empty. It is peaceful. It is not weak. It is deeply powerful. Because a person with this mindset cannot be controlled easily. They may face problems, but they do not panic quickly. They may feel pain, but they do not lose themselves completely. They may fail, but they do not stop believing. They may be rejected, but they do not forget their worth. So learn to say whatever with wisdom, not from ego, not from laziness, not from bitterness. Say it from peace. Say it from faith. Say it from inner strength. Whatever happens, I will keep growing. Whatever changes, I will keep learning. Whatever people say, I will keep walking. Whatever I lose, I will not lose myself. Whatever life brings, I will face it with courage. That is the real whatever mindset. A peaceful heart, a steady mind, a strong spirit, and a life that is no longer controlled by fear.